Good morning. I'd like to officially call to order Potter County Commissioners Court, February 10th, 2014, 9 a.m. Let the record note those in attendance: Commissioner Kelly, Commissioner Borgia, Commissioner Church, and Commissioner Vaughn. I invite you to please stand as Commissioner Vaughn leads us in prayer, followed by the pledge of allegiance.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, this opportunity, oh Lord, to be in your presence, oh Lord, to do the things that we are called as public citizens to do. And we just appreciate, oh Lord, even the weather that is around us and the frigid air that continues to be upon us. And Lord, we know that the precipitation that going through it will be of use for spring and moving forward for farmers and all the germs and everything that, oh Lord, that you have decided in your wisdom go upon us for the best interest of all of us. God, we ask blessings to be on all of our military personnel and our first responders as they stand in the gap for us to continue, oh Lord, and continue for our protection and for their families and supporting them. We just thank you for all of the citizens of this county and all of the workers and Lord and the public officials that continue to do those things that are the best interests for Potter County. Guide us, go with us, Lord, as we deliberate these proceedings and Lord, always be in the best interest of the citizens we represent. In your name we pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 1, approval of minutes. Approval of the minutes from January 27th, 2014. I'd like to entertain a motion. I have a motion by Commissioner Kelly. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Church. All those in favor, show of hands.
Abstain from absence.
Okay. Got 301. Vote. Item number 2, vouchers. To consider and act upon the approval of the vouchers dated January 22nd, 2014 through February 4th, 2014. Check numbers 153498 through 153787. Wire number 329 through 336 in the amount of $2,469,143.46. I'd like to entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second for discussion.
A motion by Commissioner Vaughn and a second for discussion by Commissioner Kelly. Open the floor for questions from the court.
Questions?
I have a question, Sheriff, on page number 9 of 36, check number 153621, the amount of $1,677.15 repair patrol unit. Was there an accident on that particular vehicle, or is it just something that we couldn't take care of internally?
It was an accident.
Accident? And I have a question for the auditor's office, page 20 of 36, check number 153751. There's several line items for 2,000 referencing quite a bit of autopsies. Not sure if that was a billing change at the end of the year. I just don't remember seeing that many in one particular segment. Or if there was that much criminal activity that required an autopsy from the JP courts.
I noticed the dates on the end of it. There were multiple bills.
We got hammered in December, if that's what you're talking about.
Time of year for deaths.
Well, I did a third of the calls for the year I did in December. And I know the other judges did more than I did, so December was a bad month. Yeah, we did probably, I did 23
Okay.
in December alone, and the other judges did more than I did, so.
You did 23?
Yes.
And
23 calls, I didn't do that many autopsies, but I had 23 calls. And the others did 17, 15, 16, we did probably close to 60 to 70 calls in 1 month. So, yeah.
And is an autopsy requested on every death, or just if you feel there's malicious activity?
Just if we cannot say what's person died, so.
Okay.
A question for the sheriff on page 10. There's a couple of dual lead deck grills.
Which one?
There's a couple of grills with their XT 502 dual 6-up lead deck grill, whatever that is. What is it?
Our lights for our vehicles, that were in our budget for new vehicles.
Okay. Maybe we were cooking hamburgers or something.
Come over there, well, I'm not going to.
Any other questions from the court? Okay, hearing none, I have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor show of hands. Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Item number 3, insurance report. To recognize the insurance report, Ms. Holland, would you like to address the court?
I really have nothing this morning.
Okay, so recognized. Item number 4, tax office refund. To consider and act upon a tax refund for the overpayment of taxes. Ms. Engler,
I'm here for Sheriff.
anything you want to inform the court about? Like to entertain a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Commissioner Kelly to approve the overpayment of the tax refund, $5,979.32. Is there a second? Commissioner Vaughn, was that you? All those in favor show of hands. Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Item number 5, budget amendments. To consider and act upon budget amendments for the current fiscal year.
There are 4 of them, they're pretty self-explanatory. Questions?
I'm sorry,
Go ahead. Number 4 is for Sandra. She's running on a really, really tight budget. There was only $800 budgeted for her vehicle expense. And because of a repair that she was needed on her vehicle, that's over $700 by itself. So she's requesting that from equipment repair and replacement.
Yeah, I think there's 2 number 4s. It may be number 5, page 2, is that what you're referencing?
Yeah, actually on pages number 1, 2, and 3. And the second page is number 4.
So number is misnumbered, okay? I do have a question on item 1. This was requested by Fire and Rescue donations of $1,000 to go into firefighting accessories. Was this a private donation, or where did this come from?
I believe that's the one from the Insurance Association.
But yes, but it was requested that it be used explicitly for the accessories.
Yes.
Yes.
And it was the Insurance Association?
Yes, ma'am. I'd have to look to see exactly. It was some kind of an insurance group that gave us that donation.
I believe you're right, Pat.
And then item 3 on the first page, requested by Constable Ford Radio Service to take out $1,000 to go into education, travel, and uniforms. Am I following that correctly?
Yes, I'm interested. Excuse my voice.
Good morning.
Completely lost it. I'm requesting that amount because I'm completing a series of leadership courses, and I have used up pretty much all of my education fund on my first 2 modules. I'm attending a constable leadership course in Huntsville, and I completed, pretty much used up all the money. I have another module that I have to attend. And I also have a continuing education course that we are required to complete. That's going to have to be completed in March. Hope you guys can hear me. Can you?
Yes, we can, yes.
Okay. And also, we have a conference we have to go to as well, and that fund is just gone. In my radio service, I got my radio repaired last budget, and I feel that my radio will be good to show about the music and my education.
So you don't think this will compromise your operating funds?
And my radio fund?
Right.
No, sir. No, sir.
Any other questions from the court? I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the budget amendments.
I move to approve the budget amendments as printed.
I have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Vaughn. Is there a second? I'll second. All those in favor, show of hands. Any opposed? Motion carries 3-1. Item number 6, Resolution Victim Assistance Program to consider and act upon authorizing Judge Warner Pro Tem to execute an application for federal assistance to be submitted to the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division for the continuation of the Victim Assistance Program in Potter County. Hi, good morning. Would you like to address this board?
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory on the grant that I'm applying for. I've been doing this for 10 years. It's through the Office of the Governor. You can see through the summary report that the funds are divided. This figure that you have here at the bottom, the total budget shows that City of Amarillo, Potter County, the volunteer in-kind match that I get, plus the grant funds complete the total budget for Susie and I at the police department.
Do we have any statistics in terms of how many we're able to help through this program?
I can tell you that we, through the City of Amarillo and Potter County, we assist about 3,300 victims. That's victims of bodily injury, sexual assault, although we do handle all types of victims as far as stolen vehicles, forgery, that type of thing. But my stats usually do reflect the required victims that I see as far as homicide, bodily injury, sexual assault, and child abuse.
That's 3,300 a year.
Yes.
I move to approve the execution of an application of the federal assistance to be submitted to the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division for the continuation of the Victim Assistance Program of Potter County.
Second for discussion, just a quick follow-up question for the auditor's office. In terms of line items of the budget, where would that fall? I know that we currently budget for that. I was just interested where that falls in the budget.
There is a department called Victim Assistance, and of course, most of that $45,000 is held in salaries and fringes, and then I believe a small amount is travel and education, right?
Yes. A motion on the floor in a second. Any other questions by the board? All those in favor, show of hands. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Thank you for being here. Item number 7, Drug Court Program Resolution to consider and act upon approving a resolution supporting the 181st District Court Program, agreeing to provide matching funds for the project, and authorizing Terry Easterly to act as grant administrator on behalf of the county. Mr. East. Hello.
Good morning. This is a continuation grant, one we applied for 2 years ago and received. It's about $200,000. This money would go to pay for a probation officer that oversees our drug court program, a licensed chemical dependency counselor that works with the offenders in the program. Also, there'd be money for outside counseling, for emotional and psychological counseling. We found that many of our female participants have other issues that have led to the drug and alcohol use that we want to get help for. This also will go towards urinalysis. It'll also help defray the cost for prosecutors and defense attorneys that will put this in the program.
And do you, just a similar question, in terms of statistics or how many that you're able to help through this program? Do you...
We've currently got about 30, a little over 30 people in the program. I believe Friday we had 31 participants, and then we deal with approximately about 100 a year, different offenders. We have 4 or 5 going on and off, on any given month. So you can see we're impacting quite a large swath of offenders with this.
I've attended this program, and it's a really great program. I commend you guys for what you do.
We're really fortunate. The most important component of the drug court is having a judge that cares, and we're blessed to have John Ward, who does a great job with that. Also, we are looking at starting another drug court. Actually, we have started another drug court through 47th District Court and Shaft. But for that court, we really have all the funding in place for that through our current funding stream, so we're not going to have to apply for grants at this time, and Judge Schaap is doing a great job on that also.
What's your success rate on that?
You know, success rate depends on how you want to define success, Commissioner. A lot of it has to do with the length that they maintain sobriety. Some of it has, you know, some people define success as not being rearrested within a certain number of years. So it's really hard to say, you know, what a definite success rate is. But I do know that all the offenders in this program, you know, are perilously close to going to prison. This is their last chance before they get in. So, you know, I would guess 50% are, you know, people that we can help, that want the help. So you figure that the $52 a day it's costing people to be housed in the state penitentiary, you know, if we can save, you know, 30, 40 people a year from that, you're talking millions of dollars in savings. The average length of incarceration for TDCJ is about 3.5 years, I believe. So,
Great program, thank you.
thank you.
And just a follow-up question to that, in terms of the budget, what line item does that fall in?
The actual grant will be run through the CSCD books. The matching grant that's mentioned in here, we collect a drug court fee
As part of
revenue, and we offset that with the match expense.
Okay.
So it's self-funding, basically.
Okay.
Yes, and the $13,500 that you see down here is currently money that the county has already provided us. This is not additional
Right.
funding. This is funding that goes to pay for a portion of the judge's salary, that, you know, a portion of the bailiff's salary, a portion of my salary for, you know, and just the people that are currently in the program. And this is divided over all 3 counties also.
Like to entertain a motion, report?
I move we approve the resolution supporting 181st Drug Court Program.
Second.
Whoever is,
I'm sorry, I have a copy here to sign. I'll sign it.
And those are for
Yes,
somebody
okay.
just making sure.
I have a copy to sign. I have a motion on the floor by Commissioner Church and a second by Commissioner Vaughn.
Correct.
All those in favor show of hands. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Thank you for being here. Item number 8, 2014 Salary Grievance Committee to consider and act upon the drawing of 9 members and 9 alternates for the Salary Grievance Committee for 2014 and recognize those drawn to serve. So I need an 18. Very official. These will be the individuals serving, and then I will call the alternates in a moment. Cherry Graham, Kim Matheson, Bonnie Graves, Matt Adams, Steve Pear, Kathy Nickerson, Alfred Bednors, Bryson Ochsner, Carl McMillan, and then the 9 alternates. Tim Stickley, Evelyn Rivers, Brandon Jenkins, Celine Freeman, Brad McNew, Susan Packard, Cindy Dudley, Troy Bose, Joanne Stapleton.
And these names came from the grand jury list. Okay.
I'd like to entertain a motion to accept those 9 drawn and 9 alternates.
So moved.
I have a motion from Commissioner Kelly on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Vaughn. All those in favor show of hands. Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Item 9, racial profiling reports to recognize the annual racial profiling reports prepared by the constables. I know that we have several constables with us today.
Yearly housekeeping.
So recognized. Any questions from the court? Item number 10, Equipment trade-in, to consider and act upon allowing PC number 15632 to be written off of facility maintenance inventory as a trade-in on like-type items. It was traded in towards a new washer and dryer, PC number 21531 and PC 21532.
Yeah, we had, maintenance at a washer and dryer, and you've got the property sheet in front of you, we bought it in 2001, so it's quite old. It went out and it was unrepairable, so they bought 2 new units. Part of that service of buying those 2 units, the company would take the old one away. And I know there wasn't an actual monetary value given on the trade-in, but there was saved salary of moving it, storage costs and that, so we let them take that away. So we need your permission to write that off facilities maintenance.
Anything you want to add to that, Mr.?
No, ma'am.
Any questions from the court?
Belated birthday to Mr. Ward.
Thank you.
Belated birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Like to entertain a motion?
I move we allow PC number 15632 to be written off of the facilities maintenance inventory.
Is there a second?
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Church and a second from Commissioner Kelly. All those in favor show of hands. Opposed, motion carries 4-0.
Thanks for your time.
Item number 11, contract renewal, to consider and act upon renewing the electronic voter machine maintenance services and support fee contracts at the new lower negotiated rates. Ms. Huntley?
Yeah, I'll set this up. If you have any questions about the actual machines, Malin will have to come talk to you. Malin approached me, it was about November of last year, wanting to know a little more about the contract we had with ES&S, who we purchased the voting machines from. And we looked through that contract together and found that the initial fixed 5-year maintenance fees had expired, and we were in a 5% increase per year. So with Malin's help, we went back to the company and we renegotiated another 5-year fixed contract on those prices so they can't escalate on us. And a part of that is we actually got them lower than what they were charging us this year, so they're going to give us a refund on what we paid towards this year's maintenance cost. And that contract will be fixed for 5 years. After that, also, it can't rise by more than 3% a year. We got that negotiated as well. So this should carry us through the next 5 years, and I don't know how long we'll have those voting machines, but some of them that should carry through the end of their lives.
Would you state you're saving $10,000?
Yeah, so over the 5-year period, it would probably be about $10,000 a year. This year, we're getting $7,000 back. If you included that 5% increase over the 5 years, it would probably average out to about $10,000 a year.
These are somewhat for user-friendly voting machines in Randall County, correct?
Next budget, Randall County, I can't answer that.
I've used those because I voted in Randall County and I was also training and kind of helping with these, and ours are hard.
Good job.
Well, Lynn, I was just interested to know if there was anything that prompted this, kind of discussion, starting to look at the contract.
Well, it just seemed like they were taking all the money we had budgeted right up to the last penny, and so in a conversation with the representative, I told him that we wanted to lower the price, and he did just within a matter of moments went, okay. So that's really what prompted it, is just asking.
And you think these machines and the software maybe that sits on it is the right solution for the next 5 years, I guess, for the county?
For the next 5 years, that would be what we would anticipate. They're all telling us to be looking for the next generation to come, but this was purchased with HAVA funds, and no one wants to have to go out and replace the voting equipment without some assistance of some sort. So we're all hoping to extend the lives until there are funds available to assist the counties.
Okay. Any other questions from the court? I'd like to entertain a motion.
Move to approve of the renewal of electronic voter machine maintenance services and support fee contract at the new lower negotiated rates.
Is there a second?
Second.
A motion from Commissioner Vaughn and a second from Commissioner Church. All those in favor show of hands. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Nice work, saving the taxpayers money. Item number 12, employment items, to consider and act upon the following employment items. A, facility maintenance, the employment of Jason Rick Darlin, Technician 1. Item B, facilities maintenance, the employment of Jason James Phillip, Technician 2. I'd like to entertain a motion.
Motion approved.
A motion from Commissioner Kelly
Second.
and a second from Commissioner Vaughn to approve the employment items. All those in favor show of hands. Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Item 13, Potter County projects, to hear a report on various Potter County projects and take any necessary action. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. The report that I've given to you within your packets, the county courthouse THC commission projects, item 1 and 3 are currently, that's presented right there. Item 2, this is the acoustical wall project for the courtrooms. You know, this has been ongoing for a little over a year. We've been back and forth with the Texas Historic Commission. Back last October, July, in July, they approved the supplemental funding agreement. They came back forth and they changed a lot of the scope of work, so we had an additional $5,091 requested from the contractor due to the THC's changes. So what's presented to you today is amendment number 3 on the supplemental funding agreement. THC has agreed at their last quarterly meeting to face that cost of an additional $5,091. So the document you have right there will explain THC's share is $23,902.93 and Potter County's is $18,811. So I'm asking the Commissioners Court to approve this supplemental funding agreement amendment number 3. Once that's approved, then I will get with David and we'll revise the purchase order to our current contractor to meet this project schedule.
And Mike, I'm looking at the difference from Amendment 2 and Amendment 3. The Potter County portion stays the same, it's just the Texas Historical Commission that will go up
Yes, ma'am.
to the commission. And we will need that in the form of a motion.
I move that we approve the funding agreement, amendment number 3, between the Texas Historical Commission and Potter County.
I have a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Kelly, all those in favor show of hands. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Nice work on that, Mike, thank you.
Commissioner Medina, when you're through with that signing that, if I could please get that from you, I'll send that back to the Texas Historical Commission. I'll give y'all copies of the sign. Second category, the courthouse Phase 3 preservation. I have nothing further to report at this time on the warranty claims filed or the substantial completion. Santa Fe elevator projects, to make you aware, scope 1 was the car number 2 repairs. We have brought in our elevator consultant, Mr. Rick Raleigh of North American Elevator Consulting Corporation. He and I have been visiting last week. We made contact with ThyssenKrupp Elevator Company. The last report that I received last Friday is they will be coming back to Potter County with a revised cost on the project. That's what we were hoping for, so we will set meetings up this week with Nick and I and the consultants and our elevator contractor to try to get this project squared away to get it going. The modernization, we have not started it yet. We will wait until we get car number 2 completed. The May hail damage reports on our properties. Santa Fe building, weather is slowing down this past week after on actually getting that completed. So basically we'll probably be around another week behind schedule from what we normally anticipated. We anticipated to starting the Sheriff's Department on February 27th. I'll be visiting with contractors this week to see if that's even reality. The non-emergency projects, I'm not sure Commissioner Medina, Commissioner Vaughn, if y'all want to make any comments regarding the Cody Baxter building. That's still an issue that's out there that y'all are pursuing, discussing.
I would just say that I think it's an ongoing conversation between the county and the Tri-State Frederick and Virginia District. There are some more numbers that we're waiting on, some more meetings that we will be entertaining here very shortly. At that time, we'll bring that back to court here in the, probably hopefully next month.
The correctional facility emergency project, you can see right there, we completed all of our main excavation January 31st. Once again, weather has halted some of the progress out there this past week and getting everything beneath the slab replumbed in. We established a schedule with the contractors last week, and basically what you have before you right now is all agreed upon. The volunteer fire station course goes to executive session shortly. One of the last items to present to you was an emergency I made you aware of this past Friday. Over the district court's building, the freeze, you know, hit a lot of people around town. It hit Potter County. Within our emergency generator room, we had a fire suppression line over the top of our emergency generator at froze and broke. Nick and his staff acted very quickly. They saved Randy's area from just getting flooded down there. They did get some, but it was quickly cleaned up. Late Friday afternoon, Nick and them had the water leak repaired. We have not recharged the fire suppression line in the building yet. We're replacing some heat trace tape that apparently had failed and created the issue. So once that is completed, we'll get the system recharged and back in operation. Cost will be very minimal on that. When you see something like that, you just kind of ready to know what to expect once you get all the water in there. And that's all I have. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Mike. We will pass for the moment item 14 and 15, jail report. I have a jail count of 535, 91 female, 9. This says from Childress. Is it 2 children, Sheriff? Should be 2 children. Item 17, county insurance items to consider and act upon any insurance claims, accidents against the county.
Nothing new to report.
None noted. Item number 14, executive session, real property. To hold an executive session to deliberate the purchase, exchange, or value of real property, where deliberating an open meeting would have a detrimental effect on the position of the county in negotiations with a third person. Okay, we'll need this executive session today, is that correct? Yes. Okay, we will break for executive session and return back to the court.
Yes.
We're talking about our arthritis. Isn't that fun? I do. I get it my the joints are I can't get my rings on sometimes. Stinks, huh? Tart cherry. Yeah, it's supposed to, but gotta get it down.
Hey, Charlie, how's your mother-in-law?
Doing good.
Is she seeing guests or friends? She's so
I'm all right. Good. I get these right. Yeah.
And where
until rain drops.
Should I just put it on a record from now?
Okay, yeah, we're good there. They just wanna drop them off there.
Do you usually sign hours?
Yes. Well, if by the
Throw them back in the back. And they'll be ready, if they want to come back the very next day. Yeah, just.
But, you know, the dark.
Travel's more good.
Most likely the major would be,
Every week.
yeah.
Depends on who does them, you know, usually I try to do it the same way every day. Break it down.
Yeah, well, I've been sitting there for a while, so they're.
Shoot me an email or have somebody call me when you're on your way.
Where are they?
Basement, they're back in our, no, they're actually back in the back. Here, the directors and stuff, we've got a little longer in the back. Saturday? How was Saturday? 32. Getting up there, I know.
32.
Yeah.
Bye. See you later.
Younger than my wife.
Everything changes.
Everything. Everything. From milk to bread to. Yeah, no, I have a really good friend. He crashed one time in the cafeteria. Crazy.
Play with a couple of girls on the ball court, but wear the pumps while they play.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I hope that he gets the pump eventually. I think he's too young to do the pump right now, but maybe eventually he can do that.
Wow.
So we said automatic insurance on that every 5 minutes, so they never crash.
It was amazing to watch those girls on the court. Man, coach called timeout, they're pumping that,
Yeah.
see what their level was right at then, whether to give them extra. It was amazing watching them. I mean, they have it down to a science,
Yeah.
but it is.
Well, they don't want to get in that bad position.
Exactly.
I'm having to get my daughter.
Really?
What's up, Stephanie? It was. Oh, yeah.
Medication that, like pills.
Yeah, we've got Dorothy, Cecil, and my birthday all on the same day.
Totally.
So,
Like same day.
all on the same day, yeah, 3 of us. So usually it's, I'm like the only one at work on that day. Cecil and Dorothy take off. And, yeah. But yeah, another one bites the dust.
I told my son, he's not going to.
It's getting quicker.
I remember,
It's up a lot quicker.
I think I remember the first time I recall thinking about my parents' age was when they were 34. So I'm getting there, you know, seeing my kids get there also.
My son said when I turned 30, he said, I remember that one yesterday. I thought, oh my gosh, you're getting old. So, well, you caught up?
Yeah. Yeah, when my brother turns 40, that's whenever I'll be like, okay, it's here.
It gets here before you know it.
It's here.
I know, I turned 50 this year. 40 didn't bother me at all, but
Yeah.
this 50,
Kind of getting to you.
and it's like, shit, that's old.
Nah, not old, just experience.
Well, it's that age that when we were young, we considered old.
Yeah,
You know, nowadays it's kind of midlife type.
yeah, for sure.
But back when I was
So,
15, 20, you know.
yeah. I don't think old is 65. That's pretty
No, my parents, my dad's 76.
Yeah.
She has issues, but before the issues, I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
And it amazes me the people I still know that are working full-time at 70 and 75.
Yeah, it's
I'm like, seriously? I hope I'm not.
I'm old, back here to
I have a friend he's 80, maybe 81, and he still runs his farm. I mean,
Well, when you're used to working day in, day out like that, you kind of have to. If you, as soon as they quit, they just start.
we've never known he's that age,
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, well. Well, y'all have a good day. I'm gonna go where everybody else is.
They are.
I will. See ya.
Bye. She's actually at a conference. GFOA is putting on a real good conference. You know, we're looking at so many big capital projects. You know, the courthouse already happening and then possibly the new courts building. She's taken a week-long class on really how to account for those, and it incorporates our bond ratings and financing and all that. So it should be a really good school for her. And it's in Fort Lauderdale, so that makes it that much nicer.
Yeah.
She was gonna try to take it last year, but I was trying to think of where it was held. It was just way too expensive. And, this one's actually reasonable as far as travel expense and hotel cost.
Did you go yesterday?
Her and Steve flew out, yes, yesterday. And then I think the conference registration is this afternoon, and then full days, Tuesday through Friday. But I'm not sure when she's flying back. They may not fly back to any weekend. We have a long weekend next weekend anyway, don't we? So that'll be a good break for her and Steve. Yes. It is. Very long. What, Memorial Day? Kelly will be graduated by then.
Really?
Yeah, she graduates this year, of course.
Your oldest?
Youngest.
Rose of all that. Not done seeing your pictures or going to?
I did with Emily. I keep asking Kelly, wants pictures, you want senior pictures? I started asking her last summer, thinking she would want summer ones, and she can't decide if she wants to do it, let alone what she wants. I'm like, you're running out of time, sweetheart.
Well, you know, my daughter
her, she wanted them, but she just had them in the studio. She just had them in the studio, and then our oldest had senior pictures, but then the next to the owners, he didn't want them. He was happy with his tux, usual room was bright. He didn't want them, we didn't do them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask her again because she does wanna go to prom. So we're trying to get that lined up. And in the meantime, she's been applying at colleges and, taking her ACTs and all that stuff. And I was like, we have to keep moving forward, huh?
Now we've got retirement prom, it's really early, our prom is March 27th.
See, I don't even, last year, ours was 2 weeks before graduation. It was that late, and I haven't looked to see when it is this year, so. Let's see.
March 22nd.
It's cold.
Week after
Spring break, no kidding.
Yes, that's what we got to do this week, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, last year, good thing Kelly wasn't a senior because they had prom and within 2 weeks, the seniors graduated.
Yeah, I'll be glad it's over.
Thank you.
Is this your last year? Not your last year for kids, but.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll have them out of hospital.
Oh, goodness. It's crazy.
But after this, they're on their own. I mean, not physically, but as far as school and everything else, then it becomes their responsibilities.
Kelly's excited. She wants to go to college. She wants to go far away to college.
Really?
Like, cool, go. Knock yourself out.
Wow.
Where does she want to go?
Texas State in San Marcos.
Oh, okay.
She was talking about going back to Iowa.
Yeah.
Going to school back there. But she's decided it's way too cold in the winter time back there.
No kidding, I think that.
And plus it'd be out of state tuition and all that stuff, so she's looking at Texas State.
Yeah.
She's like, Mom, I don't want to go to WT. I said, you don't have to go to WT. I said, go find one that'll take you, I'll send you.
That's what I was thinking. I used to, I can't wait for it to get cooler. It's just, it's so much fun. No, I'm on, well, I'm out of my insurance. Venture, but we're doing something very close to you, so. Their flowers are coming. Of course, comfortable shoes.
Me too.
Hey. It's not anything.
I haven't seen this stuff.
I need to remember talking about Lori's County.
No, Lawrence or Lawrence? Lawrence, Lawrence too. And I put in a help desk, but I never checked to see if they can. The bottom of Lawrence counter is.
Lori's County is where it's cracked and split, where it's at. So you go back and like well, it's so dry, there's nothing in it yet. New wood and everything else is back.
Oh, you missed it.
For the executive session.
Yes.
No, not unless there's at least one absence on.
No, 9:36, it was over with, and then I just do it now, I suspect we'll leave it.
I would think not.
Are you going to Arizona?
They don't have prosecutors, but implement. Yes, sir.
That's like a.
Yes, sir. I just actually thought it right, it's not my shoulder. Roger's making a good secretary. He got to shave his legs. Hey, Mike, thanks again, thanks for the game, partner.
When is that?
It's in the end of March. Like the 20th of March. Paddington will already be down there. And I'll be there for a conference on the 23rd, so I'm just going to make early. All they've got up is things done. Oh, they have.
You said you wanted to do a story on the victim assistance program?
Just that they should figure out.
Alright, and I'll do.
I'll go back home, work out, get home today, get it set up, and then I'll let you know the details.
Sounds good, thank you. Here, everybody. Yeah. We are back from executive session at 9:52. No action taken for item 14. Item 15, executive session not needed, we passed. Looks like it was referenced twice on the agenda. Item 18, agenda items, to receive agenda items for the next Commissioners Court. Hearing none, we'll officially close Commissioners Court at 9:53 a.m. Thank you, everyone, have a great day. Thank you.
No, it's not.
It's close, it's close.
Not even close.
We're in executive session, though.
Yeah, we can executive
Yeah,
session.
They're not gonna be back. 20 minutes.
Really? 20 minutes?
I wonder who had that appointed.
We're supposed to get some snow, see, on the playoff.
No, I don't think it.
Have a good day.
Good job. Yeah, I think it's around.
Thank you,
Thanks
man.
for being here.
I know. Feels good to feel in once in a while.
That's right. It's like that,
Exactly.
Mercies.
Are one of these yours or do I need both of them? No, one of them's ours. I thought it was. I'm gonna have to fill in for Karen more often so I can remember what she does.
It's all right.
You don't need a copy.
Well, we can make a copy right now. Are you gonna come up there?
Yeah.
Right now? Okay, we'll just make it a copy and so we can go back to the. How about that?
The snow is so pretty. I love when it falls like that.
Okay. I don't.
But I like the ice on the trees, it's so.
I am tired.
I'm just tired of this really bitter cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So.
Yeah, man,
Yeah, because my attitude's usually a little bit better, but it's not.
Yeah, mine too. I mean, a little snow's okay though. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if I can stay at home, it snows, like if we're at home and it snows so much.
Time to get a little bit better.
I can't be good. So. Oh, well. It's pretty.
Check the weekend in it?
Yeah,
It was. I'm trying to put my house up for sale on the weekend, so I spent all weekend. I mean, we need to like repaint everything and put carpet down, and I thought, you know, my mom passed away in September, so we need to stay in Panhandle till May when Kelly graduates.
Right.
I thought, I'm just gonna move into mom's house, that way we can just clean that house out and do what we need to.
That's a good idea. That's hard to do.
Get it done so much faster, because I don't want to get it done there when they try to paint the walls and all that stuff. You too.
Yeah, and so Josh gonna take a look at that sort.
We are.
That's good.
We hadn't done anything to her house except for like clean out closets and stuff, and we're gonna sell it this summer after my daughter graduates, but I thought, why leave it sit there? Why can't I be doing something with my house in the meantime?
That's good.
Because then I'm ready to come back to her.
That's
Get out of that drive.
Yeah.
You know, when the kids are in sports, there was always something to go to. But now,
I'm with you.
that 40 miles gets long.
Yeah.